So lots of things. In terms of resilience, a lot of what's going on will result, once it's over, in being able to be resilient. So resilience means being able to bounce back. So resilient, bouncing back after a positive, or it could be a negative or a positive event. So resilient from something like a pandemic. It could also be a loss of a job. It could be a change in financial situation, but it could also be positive events, a wedding, buying a house. So all of those positive things can be just as stressful. So bouncing back from an event is resilience. And resilience can be built. It's a developable skill. So no one is born, no child is born resilient. We're made resilient through our life, which is why we often say grandparents are often better at being grandparents than they were at being parents, because they've learnt and they've mellowed. In the same way, when we're 18, something happens and it's the end of the world. It's traumatic, it's stressful. And then by the time it's happened 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times, we become better at dealing with it. So resilience is a developable habit, which means we can learn from it. But to learn from something, we need two things. We need to be able to reflect, and we need insight. So we need to reflect and look back, what's just happened, and we also need to have insight. What can I learn from that? What would I do differently next time? You can see that these are really positive conversations for children as well. So for myself, for those around me, but also for children. So I need the self-awareness and the reflection, and I need to be able to take the learning from what's happened and apply it to life. And that's how resilience is built. Now, there are 5 keys to resilience, 5 important things to help me to develop resilience. Number 1 is managing my thinking. So I need to manage my thinking processes. They're called thinking traps. So catastrophizing, thinking everything is the end of the world, my personal biases, overgeneralizing. So all of those things are called thinking traps. They're traps that we can fall into that then become habits. So managing my thinking and reining in and being able to control my negative thoughts. 2, developing positivity, which involves living a healthy lifestyle, feeling good about myself, eating well, sleeping well, keeping active physically, all of those things, practicing mindfulness and self-care. So finding the positives in everything. Number 3, managing emotions. So being able to manage my reactions and my emotions. As I said, a thought becomes an emotion, becomes an action, becomes a habit and a behavior. So one does lead to the other, like a domino effect. So managing my emotions. Remember the mental health continuum. So emotions are not static, they move. And it's okay. How I feel is how I feel. I don't judge that. Some days I feel great, other times I don't feel so great. Knowing that emotions are not permanent, they will pass. The 4th pillar or key is being able to manage my stress. So we've talked a little bit about the signs and the symptoms. Learn your body telling you that it's stressed. Heart beating, breathing rate, perspiring, tension in my body. Learn what your body's telling you regarding being stressed, and learn what to do about it as well. And then the last one is building strong relationships. So my networks, my friends, my family, those around me. So I can start to build resilience by managing my thinking, by developing a positive attitude, by managing my emotions, so managing the way I feel and accepting how I feel, by managing the stress in my life, and by building really positive relationships. And that helps me to be resilient. It helps me to reflect and then to draw insights from that and move forward. So once we're back to a sense of normality, once we're back at work, once our life returns to normal, will be a good time to develop the resilience that we need and say, what did I learn from that? What would I do differently next time? Because, you know, events happen, life changes, events happen.